As you know, the Shift Festival is just around the corner, and we're very excited about it. It's a unique event, and it's the first of 3 years of really exciting orchestral programming and collaboration between Washington Performing Arts and the Kennedy Center. And I wanted to sort of bring it to life for you. I know that you've heard a lot about it over the past 2 years. We've talked about it in various presentations, but right around the corner, I want to bring it to life for you. Why are we doing this festival? Well, it started out with the realization that there is wonderful orchestral programming all around the country, and that orchestras often represent the cultural center of their communities. Unfortunately, a lot of what we hear about orchestras tends towards the sadder stories about orchestras struggling and going under and being disconnected with their communities. And we and the Kennedy Center believed actually that there were a number of orchestras that were real models for community engagement and creative programming. And so we came up with the idea of mounting a festival that would celebrate the integrity and the imagination and the vitality of orchestras around the country. The name of the festival actually falls in line exactly with this, and it came about as a result of a brainstorm with staff from Washington Performing Arts and the Kennedy Center. And the challenge we put to ourselves was, how could we express this desire to shift the perception of orchestras as isolated institutions to what so many of them are, which is institutions that are vital and interesting and centers of gravity and creativity in their communities. Shifting this notion, Shift became the name of the festival. And so we're hoping that over the course of the festival, there will be enough exciting activity on stage and off that the character of these orchestras, and indeed the creativity of orchestral programming, will spring to life. The other thing that we wanted to be sure you knew is that the mindset of inclusivity and vitality and creativity, it's not only in what's put on stage and what happens out in the community, but also in the environment that we hope to cultivate at our performances. So for this reason, for all performances that we have of the featured orchestras, which will take place at the Kennedy Center Concert Hall, will be $25. And that's sort of a remarkable thing, that level of access for every single seat in the house, a very unusual point of entry for our audiences, very inclusive. In addition to the performances that we have on the Kennedy Concert Hall main stage, we have performances all throughout the city, because each orchestra that visits is actually doing a mini residency. And this is something that's very exciting as well. Not only are the Kennedy Center and Washington Performing Arts collaborating as partners, but also we have a whole host of partners in the community. And at most of these performance sites in the community, the performances are actually free and open to the public. So over the course of 1 week, at the end of March, beginning of April, just around the corner, we will have 4 major orchestral performances and 12 complementary events, whether symposia, master classes, nightclub performances, collaborations that happen all around the city. So the sense of immersion, the sense of community, the sense of learning and experience and vitality is going to be palpable. So for our first annual Shift Festival, we have 4 really different, very imaginative orchestras and programs. We have the Atlanta Symphony with the Atlanta Symphony Chorus, Grammy Award-winning, huge forces on stage. We have the Boulder Philharmonic from Boulder, Colorado, the North Carolina Symphony, and the Knights from Brooklyn. And you've actually seen a number of the Knights perform. If you've come to see Yo-Yo Ma and the Silk Road Project or Brooklyn Rider, many of the same members are in those ensembles. So from very different parts of the country, very different sizes, very different programs, and all actually extremely cool. I'm making this video not just to catch you up on the status of Shift and to engage you, but also really to excite you and invigorate you and to involve you. You know, the board has challenged me and the institution to think about what we do in a very dynamic way. How can Washington Performing Arts be the leader in a given art form presentation? How can Washington Performing Arts reinvent certain templates that have become very reflexive? How can Washington Performing Arts achieve a national profile with its programming? And frankly, how can we be a convener, a collaborator, and truly an idea organization? Shift started at Washington Performing Arts. We've engaged a whole wide community around us. This is the new direction that the board has been very eager to take. And this is why I really need your participation, your help, your advocacy, your passions, because this is a brave step for us, and it's very exciting, and it's possible because we've talked about the urgency of reinventing our model. This is a step in that direction. So, how can you be involved? I would love for you to get to know the program a bit better, because the performances are really exciting and they're quite different from anything else you've seen on our orchestral series. So that will be a really fun way to introduce orchestral performances to friends and colleagues. We would love for you to be there. Absolutely, please do plan to be there for as many of the performances as you can attend. Please bring your friends, your colleagues, organize social groups. Importantly, let us know how we can help bring this concept to life for you, because the social experience of a festival is very different from the social experience of individual performances. There's a cumulative effect that's very exciting. And if I could draw a parallel to a summer festival like Tanglewood or the Ring Cycle, where you see people day after day, and at the end you've taken a journey together and you've shared something that is palpable and exciting and reflective and very individualized, but then also collectively full of references and moments that are remembered. The social component of this is as important as what's on stage, what's in the program. It's a complete experience.